Okay, in Chapter 5, Section 5, we're looking at some nonlinear systems, where with matrices you can deal with linear systems. In this particular case, it's situations where a line like x plus y equals 4 and a circle or a parabola, whatever this might be. In this case, x squared plus 4x minus y equals negative 8 is a parabola. If you have a line in a circle, it can intersect 0 times, 1 time, or twice. A parabola, same thing. So it depends on your functions. Now, if you have x plus y is equal to 4, if you just add these together, you get x squared. 1x and 4x is 5x. The y's disappear. 8 minus 4 is negative 4. Move the 4 across, and then you should be able to factor x plus 1 and x plus 4. So x is equal to negative 1, and x is equal to negative 4. Go back up to your line, and that will tell you the two places. So essentially you have a parabola with two intersection points. If x is negative 1, then y is going to be 5. If x is negative 4, add 4 gives you y is 8. So it's negative 1, 5, negative 4, 8. So it's a parabola that touches two places. And you could graph both of those, x plus y equals 4 and x squared plus 4x minus y equals 8. This is going to be a parabola, that's going to be a line. So it intersects twice. Now there's other kinds of systems. Y equals negative 9 over x is a hyperbola, I believe. X plus y is equal to 8 is a line. And you can get multiple intersections. In this case, if you will substitute, because you have y is equal to negative 9 over x, just substitute this. Instead of the y, put negative 9 over x. Multiply everything by x, and you'll get x squared. Move the 8 over is 8x. You multiply this by x, you get minus 9 is equal to 0. Factor. Minus 9 plus 1. Solve that. X is 9 and negative 1. And then when you plug in 9, you can go to either one, but if x is 9, negative 9 divided by 9 is, excuse me, if x is negative 1, negative 9 divided by negative 1 is 9, and negative 9 divided by positive 9 is negative 1. So that's your points of intersection. Okay, we can do absolute values and circles in this particular case. So that's a V shape and a circle. Okay, you can do the substitutions. We're going to use y equals x one time, and the second time you're going to use y equals negative x, because remember, absolute value of x is two different functions. So you get, in the first case, plug in x, you get x squared plus x squared equals 4. And then if you plug in negative x, you get x squared plus negative x quantity squared is equal to 4. They're essentially the same thing because the negative will cancel out. It gives you 2x squared is equal to 4. Divided by 2 is 2. Take the square root, you get plus or minus the square root of 2. And when you do that, y is equal to 0. So it's plus or minus the square root of 2, comma, 0. Okay, sorry, I had to back that up. You have 2x squared is equal to 4. So x is plus or minus the square root of 2. And plugging it back into the top, you get y is equal to, if it's positive, you get square root of 2. Negative, you also get square root of 2. So y is the square root of 2. So you get plus or minus the square root of 2 for x and square root of 2 for y. Not 0 like I had earlier. Okay, find the two short sides of a right triangle. The longest side is 13 and the middle side is 7 more than the shortest side. So basically, your shortest side we don't know is x. The middle is 7 more. The longest is 13. It's a right triangle, so the short squared plus the middle squared has to equal the longest squared. Or x squared plus 14x plus 49 is equals 169. Because when you square this, you get x when you square it is x squared multiplied by 7 and double it is 14. Square 7 is 49. Combining terms, you get 2x squared plus 14. Move this over, I believe it was minus 120. Okay, you can divide everything by 2 if you like to. So it's x squared, 7x, and 60. It just makes numbers easier to deal with. Okay, 60 is 12 times 5, and when you subtract those, you'll get 7. So x is negative 12 or positive 5. Can't be negative 12 because you can't have a negative side on a triangle. So it's 5. So the short side's 5. The middle is 5 plus 7, which is 12. And 13 is the longest, but you already know that one. So that's solving some different equations that are quadratic and or systems of equations.